Hi, I'm Captain Grant Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Well, hello, folks. We got a big weather change this past week. Got down into the 50s, and the water's still about the same. But those fish have moved off the flat since the cold weather moved in. Now, this water is going to warm up quick, but usually when it cools off like that, they move off the flat quickly, and then when it heats back up, they move right up onto the flat. So the best way to find those fish is get out here on the drop off. If you're coming early morning, fish them on the drop off. If you're there in the middle of the day, come up into the flat, fish these potholes, fish some of these little sand spots that will hold the fish and hold the bait, and you'll find plenty of reds and trout trying to stay warm up in this shallower water. Down here in the ICW, still getting good boxes from the ditch. We're able to get croaker and shrimp this time of year. Both are working good. Just free line shrimp, free line croaker on both sides, east and west. I like to fish the west better. I mean, I fish the east sometimes, but if you ever see me sitting out here, 90% of the time I'm on the west drop, and 10% of the time I'm on the east drop. But that's just because of our prevailing southeast wind. Normally, that north wind starts blowing. Those fish feel that cold water coming off that flat. They get down in the ditch, try to stay warm. Once we turn the corner, we start getting warm weather again. They feel the warm water coming off the flat. They move off the edge up into the flat. Over here, right by Pita Island, we've been catching some good black drum. I stopped in here one day last week whenever it was just blowing through here with that north wind. Those fish were piled in here. I doubt that's going to stay consistent, but, they were there for a day, maybe a day and a half. But I want y'all to, know that you can come in here on that strong north wind and usually find a big pile of black drum in here. Over here in the meadows, we've been catching some good redfish. Of course, that weather change dropped things a little bit, but all it does is drop things temporarily. As we get into our wintertime pattern, you're going to start to see these things happening. The fish move up into the flat, they feel the warm water, they move off the flat, and back and forth and back and forth. These fish don't move very far, but they warm themselves on the flat. They warm themselves in the cooler, just slightly warmer water off the drop off. But what I have to say is during those warming trends, those redfish have been up along the cabins. So when you cut into the cabins, come down here, follow them along, come down around the corner here, all the way to this blue one right here. This is all good area to fish, and it's all in about 2.5 foot of water is where those fish have been holding. Just look for the bait, jump in, you'll find the fish. Over here on the Kennedy Ranch, we've been finding good numbers of trout and reds, drum, all mixed in here. This is another one of those places that is going to be a good place to fish during your wintertime months. We are barely at the tip of that. So still fish your fall pattern stuff until we get the next couple of cold fronts. But this is a good place to come and work these edges, work the drop off, work up in the rocks because the tide is up a little bit. So you can come in here and fish with your shrimp and some of your late season croaker, catch some trout, catch some big bull reds, and have a good time doing it. Over here on the south shore of Baffin, between Los Corrales and Black Bluff, we've been catching good numbers of trout. Just fishing the drop-off, really. Those fish are going to move anywhere from the drop-off to the flat and back out to the edge. But right in here, Los Corrales to Black Bluff has been really producing some good numbers of trout, as well as a few scattered redfish all up and down this shoreline.
I'm Captain Grant Coppin. Thanks for watching.